Here we go. So the first card you have your past is the Three of Cups, which I love. It's a beautiful card. It depends. It can mean third parties, depends on what it's next to. But with this, I'm just seeing that you were actually celebrating something. So I'm seeing this literally, and this is to do with work or learning or something like that. So you could have had a new job come up for you, or you could have finished a big project. Or you could have finished studies at university, or had a break from a certain difficult part of this, or finished an exam. Anyway, I'm going through all these different ideas, but it's something work or job related, and you're finished something big and you're having a celebration. It's something you're really positive about, obviously. It's something very positive. And, I'm not saying you had a big celebration. You just had, a small celebration, or just even getting together and talking about it and just feeling relieved after it's over. And this is just with this close group of people around you. So it could have even been 2 people, just a very small group. That's what I'm seeing. So the next card you have in your past is the Wheel of Fortune. So yes, you knew this thing you were working on, or this work thing was going to work out really, really well for you. And you were thinking about this for a while and hoping this was going to happen, but you also worked really hard to help this happen. So yes, this celebration, this really small celebration, this relief that you have, came after a really difficult year. So this was really a relief to you too. After this whole great big year, it was like, oh, what a year I've had. Finally, this has happened, and this is what I've been wanting. Yes, you're wishing and hoping for this to happen, and it happened. I'm also seeing for people in a relationship that you could have been through some ups and downs, but you were sticking things out. You weren't ready to leave this person. These were probably just small things, or if they weren't small things, they were things that you were just willing to put up with. Yes, but you do love and care for this person. If you're in a relationship, you do care for this person, you love them a lot. And you've been through a lot with this person in the past. You've been through a lot with them, and you have all these memories of all the times you've had with them. And you don't want to throw all of that away over these ups and downs that you've been having recently. The last card you have your past is the Six of Swords. So this is about someone around you, I'm seeing. This person could be a close relative, or they could be a close friend, but someone you've known for a long time. If they're a relative, they're like a friend. What I'm seeing is at this time that they actually wanted to walk away from you. This is about someone wanting to go away from you. It could work the other way, or it could be both as well. You could both want to walk away, or it could be them, or it could be you. But I'm seeing that what's happened is you have this fundamental difference that's really important to both of you. So you have this, it might be a political belief, or it might be a religious belief, it might be something big like that, something that's right at the core of who you think you are and who they think they are. So you have this big disagreement, and they disagreed with something you were saying or doing, and you both tried to talk about this, but yes, that's what happened. It could happen soon. If it hasn't happened already, this person might walk away from you. And, I just think they're not going to be able to reconcile this thing. And it sounds silly because for me, I have friends and people that are completely different from me politically, completely different from me religiously or on beliefs, and all these different people. And for me, I love being different. I love having different conversations with people who like different things and believe completely different things, because it makes things interesting. I don't want to have the same beliefs as everyone around me. But for some things are really huge, and they just can't reconcile being around people who have these completely different beliefs. If they're really fundamental, they're really at the core of who they are. So that's what's happened there. Anyway, I won't go on about that. Yes, the first card you have your present is the Seven of Cups. So you're going to be trying to find out something from someone at this time. You want to clear something up in your head, and you want to get to the bottom of something that's really bothering you. But you're going to get you're going to get some conflicting stories from different people. So you're going to be hearing 2 conflicting things from 2 different people, and you're not going to be sure who to believe or what to believe. So there's going to be some gossip around this situation as well, which is really adding to the trickiness of the situation. yeah, this gossip's about you and another person is what I'm seeing. And, you will be able to get your side across to some people about this gossip. You'll be able to say, look, this is completely wrong. This isn't what happened. And you'll be talking to a group about this, but you won't be able to get your point across to everyone. There'll be still some people who will believe this silly, ridiculous gossip, which I hate. But also, with the two conflicting things, it's somebody's not being honest. So, when you have two conflicting opinions like that are really, really different, or not opinions, but different people telling two different stories, you've got, they can both be wrong, and one can be wrong and one can be right. But they can't both be right if they're conflicting. One has to be wrong and one has to be right, or they're both wrong. But if they're conflicting, completely different, if one person says that's a black car and the other one person says that's a red car, one of them's wrong, because it's either going to be one or the other. So somebody's being dishonest here. That's what I'm seeing, and you may or may not get to the bottom of this. You might just have to move on. The next card you have here present is the Empress. Yes, I nearly said the Tempress. The Tempress, which I don't even know is a thing. Might not be a thing. The Temptress. Yes, no, it's not the Tempress. It's the Empress. Yes, you're going to be spending some time around some close relatives is what I'm seeing. And I'm feeling really relaxed when I see this, and really comfortable, because you'll just be really having a relaxing time. And this is what you really need. You'll be sitting at your relatives or someone who you really trust and you can just be yourself with. And you're just going to be hanging out, resting, maybe having some nice comfort food or something like that, whatever that is. Roast potatoes, something like that. And, you've just been through a really turbulent time with all this rubbish and this gossip. So, you deserve this rest. You deserve this comfort. That's what I'm seeing. The last card you have here present is the Two of Swords. So, yes, again, this is about the situation in the Seven of Cups, this tricky situation. So you're still not sure which way to go, which decision to make between these two conflicting things. And, you're still getting this conflicting information coming out. So someone's not being honest. Again, I'm seeing that. And, also don't be angry, but I'm seeing that you could be hiding some information too. So I'm not seeing you being dishonest, but you are holding something back in this situation. So you're not giving everybody the full lot of information either. There's something you know about this that you're not telling other people. That's what I'm seeing. Yes, so for your future, the first card you have is the Nine of Wands. Again, I'm seeing this new job or something, that involves teaching or learning, or you finished an exam or something. And this is something really positive that I'm seeing. So you went through some sort of process and you got to where you wanted, and you're feeling really satisfied. Again, you're still really satisfied at this time by this, and maybe you're planning on what you're going to be doing after this. But it's a nice feeling. You're getting a nice feeling while you're thinking about this. And, you're ready to start whatever this thing is soon that comes after this. But the other thing I'm seeing is that, you're going to be feeling quite tired at this time. So you'll be emotionally tired because you've been through this battle around this gossip or whatever this conflict was that you were going through. It's still not going to be properly resolved by now, by this future time. But you'll just finally be away from it. You'll get a rest from this. You won't be directly in the middle of it by this time. Excuse me. So yes, the next card you have for your future is the Eight of Cups. Yes. There's going to be someone around you who's going to... What I'm seeing is that someone's going to keep dragging up the past. And they're going to come with you and try and say, oh, remember this, you were like this. I'm seeing this probably could be a family member. And whatever this is, it's not even important whatever this thing is. But this person sees you as someone you used to be years ago. And you're very different now. And maybe they're hearing this gossip as well, and that's fueling their kind of belief of who they think you are. And I'm not seeing you physically walking away. I mean, in this card, you are walking away, but you're not actually physically walking away. I'm seeing this is probably a relative that you need to keep on seeing. Maybe they're an older relative that you feel that you need to have respect for. And I can understand that. I have that situation too, where I have a relative who's older, who keeps digging at me, and I just have to kind of switch off mentally and say, yes, at them and just ignore it. Maybe that's what you're doing. You're going to just be walking away mentally and emotionally. So it's like you're going to check out of this situation in your brain, because actually, this really isn't important. Whatever this thing that they think of you is, who cares what they think of you anyway? It doesn't matter. It's not important. And you're just going to see that, and you're just going to not even be bothered by this anymore, by this person. But you still feel that you have to see them for some reason. The next card you have for your future is the Hanged Man. So again, this is about you avoiding this conflict in the Eight of Cups. You're just not even going to be engaging with this person, and you're just not going to be bothered with this anymore. You're just going to sit back and let them do whatever they do. And they really just want a reaction from you. Really, that's what they're doing. They're a bit bored or something. Just ignore them, and that's what you're going to do. You're not going to give in to them. That's what I'm seeing. I'm just seeing that. Yes. So Libra, I hope this resonated. These general readings will always resonate with everyone. I was trying to say that. I'm stuttering my words again, as I always do. But if you like this reading, please like or subscribe, or leave a comment only if you'd like to. And thank you so much for watching.